All right. Well, who do I have with me here today?
Well, my name is Savannah Clay. It's nice to meet you.
Savannah and
I'm Caroline.
Caroline. Thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you
I
for
want
having
to
us. We appreciate it.
I want to thank co-host for letting me use this room. So, what is
Hund Haus.
Dawson House? Because you said
Yeah, so we have Hund Haus until such time, and then Paws Plus. So Paws Plus is a non-profit veterinarian clinic, and Hund Haus is boarding, daycare, pet salon, and training. And then until such time as you're a better describer of that one.
Until such time is our dog sanctuary that specializes in dogs with severe or complex behavioral issues.
okay. So it's a veterinary clinic, if you will, with other services for dogs or
Well, other way around. It actually started out, so Hund Haus was founded in 2012.
okay.
It started out as just a training facility. Our founder, Jill Wallace, she uh, was competing in dogs and in dog sports, wanted a communal place where pet professionals could. So that's how Dawson House was founded. That's the origin. And then from there, we opened up training to pet owners as well and teaching basics, foundation work, basic obedience, manners. When Miss Jill was downsized, she worked with One Blood, and One Blood downsized, she decided to expand services for Dawson House. And so we added boarding, we added daycare, we added grooming, pet salon, and kind of expanded that quite large. Um, that was great, having a lot of success. It was a small company, it's still a business. Um, we're staffed 24/7. So we have always had a staff member in the building no matter what. We never leave the dogs alone. And it was working really great. And then a few years back, I think it was around 2019, 2020, Ms. Jill realized that there was an increasing need for helping dogs who their owners did all the right things, but it just wasn't a good fit for their family. So dogs who, they have a bite record, or they're aggressive with people, or aggressive with other dogs, or they're aggressive with small animals, or um, severe anxiety issues. And their owners are taking the right steps, they're doing the training, but it's just not a good fit. If they need a bit more leadership or a bit more routine in their day, or just something extra that their owners aren't capable of giving to them. And so she founded Until Such Time, which is a canine sanctuary for those troubled dogs. And the goal is not necessarily to adopt out the dogs, but to give the dogs a safe haven so that they can live. Um, the dogs that we take in, maybe a third of them will actually find adoptive homes because we're very picky on where our dogs go. We want to set them up for success. I always tell my adoptive dogs, I love you and I never want to see you again, right? Because I want them to be successful in their home. Um, and then just this July, Until Such Time has opened up a not-for-profit called Paws Plus, and that was co-founded between Jill and Emily. They came together and opened up this clinic that provides accessible veterinary care for all of them. So it's not for profit, which means we can keep our costs very, very low. And there's not an income, so you don't have to prove that you need help with veterinary care. Veterinary care should be accessible for all. So that's kind of our mission, is to make it so that um, you know you not being able to pay for your dog's shots shouldn't prevent you, right? So that's what Paws Plus aims to do, is make it so that dogs can stay in their home, have to give up their pets because they can't afford the outrageous medical bills that we're looking at now. So we started off just doing like vaccines and wellness visits and minor sick care, and we have been able to expand our services to do dentals, spay and neuter. We'll be getting an X-ray machine soon, so that we'll be able to do diagnostic care. And basically, the goal is to expand our services to be an all-encompassing one-stop shop for everything.
Dog and cat.
dog and cat. So we do board cats over at Hund Haus. I have trained one cat, so I don't offer training services for cats. I get a few more under my belt for that. But we do offer boarding for the cats. We can do daycare for the cats if necessary. That's not hugely popular, but it is something we can offer. And then we have the vet clinic for the cats.
Didn't even know something like this existed,
Yeah.
all in one. So how old are they? How long has Jill, you said?
Jill.
How long has she been?
So she's been in dogs, probably longer than I've been alive. 30 plus years. She always says that she's been in dogs in the competition world, in obedience world, in behavior modification, every aspect of it. She's a piece of over the last 30 plus years. I myself have been in for about 15 years or so. And then Hund Haus was founded in 2012. So we're coming up on 13 years for Hund Haus, which is the boarding, daycare, training, and grooming. Paws Plus was founded just this July. We're still relatively new. We actually have our grand opening in October. So we did like our soft opening in July. We've been kind of working out the kinks, working out the bugs. And then October 26th, we have our event for our grand opening. Come visit us. We're here. Come take a tour.
Right here.
Right here in the
Well, where is this location located at?
So we are just off of 98, right?
Yeah,
I'm
so
not
it's
good with
gonna be
directions.
on Crystal Woods Drive. There's huge purple tent out front. Just look for the purple tent. And just to speak on the October 26th event, it is from 9, it's now 9 a.m. It was 8:30. So 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's very family friendly. We're gonna have a couple of adoptable dogs out there, very dog friendly. We're gonna have some really great, speaking of local and small businesses, all our vendors are local entrepreneurs, small businesses. So the whole idea is to promote Lakeland while also promoting Paws Plus, and really build that partnership and let people not only know that we're there and all the great services that we do, but also let them know that, we're here for the community in any way and then.
So the public's invited?
Oh, yes.
It's a free
Bring
event?
one, bring all, like,
Okay.
bring your whole family, bring your friends, you name it, tell everyone you know.
So it's a free event. It's October
26th.
26th, and it's at your location.
Yep. And it's so the physical address is 2111 Crystal Woods Drive. And that's here in Lakeland. It's near the Polk State campus off of 98. That's the vet clinic. And then the boarding facility, Hund Haus, is on Reynolds Road. So they're 5 minutes from each other.
Okay.
Hund Haus is 3210 Reynolds Road.
That's easy.
So, right? I love it.
So, over the years, you said that she's been in it for 30 years. That means that she's known and she's been here. I'm the one who doesn't know. So, has she trained like law enforcement dogs or anything?
I don't know that she's done law enforcement dogs, but she's done sport dogs. We've done pet dogs. We've done service dog work. We've done therapy dog work. We've done. Her husband was in IGP, which is protection dog sports. And her main breed is like German Shepherds and Belgian Malinois, and it's the tougher dog. But she also has a miniature poodle named Finn, and he's just the biggest little kettle bug. So it's kind of funny to see her walk in with a shepherd on one side and a little miniature poodle on the other. But I mean, she's been there, done that for most dog
Animals are her line.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no doubt. And you can't see right now, but we got who do we have over here?
This is my service dog, Tipsy. She's here hanging out with us as well. So
I don't know if you can see it, but Tipsy's over here. It's the first time. There she is. Make your appearance. What a good dog.
She's amazing. She's
She's giving some kisses. Yeah. Thank you for that.
she's 2.5, and I've had her since she was a tiny baby.
She knows you well.
Oh gosh. And Miss Jill actually was the one that kind of helped me with her training and everything. I owe a lot to Miss Jill on a personal level and a business level, but I got Tipsy to be primarily my sport dog, my competition dog, and Miss Jill was the one who pointed out that she actually amazing temperament for service work, which is not traditional of a Malinois. They're usually much more sporty. mean, Joe was the one that said, "Hey, I really think you should pursue this, and I really think that she could help you a lot." And she was absolutely right. She was her expertise, right? Tipsy's been my working partner for a year and a half. So we've done everything together. We flew to Nashville for my cousin's party. We traveled across country to California. So we hit up Texas and Las Vegas, and then hit Southern California for a competition for my other dog. We flew to Washington and then did a 7-night Alaskan cruise together.
Wow.
Yeah, she's like
She's been more around the world than I have. Yeah.
And then we did Ohio for my best friend's wedding, where I was actually in the wedding party. And Tipsy didn't walk down the aisle because I was a bridesmaid, so she didn't walk down the aisle with me. But once they did the IDs and everything, my best friend was like, "Okay, now Tipsy's gonna walk with you up the aisle." And I'm like, "Are you sure? Like, this is your wedding. I don't want to take any attention or anything." She's, "No, no, no. Tipsy center stage." So they kissed. They walk down the aisle. My husband let the dog go. She comes and glues herself to my side, and we take off together behind the bride and groom. So it was really cool.
That is wonderful. So the only other thing that I have come into my mind is that over the years, she's probably trained a lot of dogs. And then when you get them trained, you got to say goodbye. That has got to be hard.
It is, but it's also so very rewarding, especially with like the sanctuary work that we do, the rescue work that we do. A lot of these sanctuary dogs that come into us, they don't, even the adoptable ones, it's not a quick turnaround. These dogs stay with us for at minimum a month so that we can make sure that they are stable, that they are temperamentally sound. We put basic obedience training on every dog that we adopt out. So when you adopt a dog from us, they come sit down, stay, come, place, walk nicely on a leash, crate trained, and we offer lifetime support. So if you ever have any trouble, come back to us.
Oh, yeah.
And so, it's hard not to love them. I had a dog that I fostered in my home he was with me for 7 months before we finally went adopted. I'm not gonna lie, I cried. I was so thrilled when we found him. It's better for the dog. I know he's going to be so much happier living with this family that we've got. It's a perfect match. But it's really hard not to get attached. And this past month, we've had 2 different families that adopt dogs from us come back and say, "Hey, we wanted to let you know that so and so passed away. We loved him. He was a great dog. He just got older." So
Yeah.
we hadn't heard from him for a year. They had the dog for I think 3 years, and we're thrilled with his progress, and he was living his life. And for them to come back and say, "Hey, we know that you loved him. We want to let you know that it was." We'll have clients, our boarding clients, our training clients that are daycare dogs. And we had a daycare dog that again passed recently that she was coming to daycare 4 days a week for years. I mean, for 2 years, we've had this dog coming to daycare every week, 4 days a week. She was family to us, and on the days where she suddenly wasn't there, we'd call up her owner and go, "Hey, is she okay? Like, is everything all right? Like, she's not here today."
It's perfectly natural.
So I actually like to comment on that. I've been here less than a year, and when I brought my own personal dog in the Hund Haus, Savannah was the first person I met. And I was kind of at a point that I didn't know what to do with my dog. She's heard me cry many a times. My dog was a rescue, and I was like at that point where I was very frustrated. And Savannah and that whole team there, like, just transformed my dog. And every time you call up to Hund Haus, you know exactly who you're talking to. Like, I would literally call up before I worked there, and she would answer the phone. I'd be like, "Is this Savannah?" And she'd be like, "Yeah. Are you Harley's mom?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then it's just that connection was automatic. And I don't think you get that very many places, or you can't say that. And so for me to feel like that comfortability within, I would say like a week and a half, I already felt like this is my place. Like, Harley Grace can leave her here and feel okay when I go to work all day. And so now when I'm like out in the community talking about Hund Haus, I'm like, You don't understand. They treat your dog like a family. Like,
sincere.
she gets more excited to see some of those people at Hund Haus than she gets to see me. Like, there's some days that I will pick up Harley and she'll look at me and go, "Really, Mom? Like, going home?" Like, sorry, kid, you get to go home with me.
Yeah. And it'll show. Everybody has a really good sense of, are they sincere? Do they care? You can pick it up for you. And you know when someone just said, "Hey, here's your bill. Your dog's better."
Right.
Pay, as opposed to a relationship. We've sincerely done our best.
We try very hard to maintain follow-ups and you know, you're gonna come to me for training, we might spend a couple weeks together, and then you're gonna go home and, you know, my perfect world is you're thrilled, you never contact me again, but after a month or two, I'm gonna go, you know, I really haven't heard from Don. I wonder how his dog's doing. And I'm gonna reach out and go, hey, you know, is everything okay? Are you seeing success still? Have we regressed at all? Is there anything else I can help you with? You know, it's not just a one and done, and then once you leave and I have your money, that it's the end. I'm still thinking about your dog 6 months later, going, you know, I haven't heard from him in a while. I know we're having a lot of success. Let me just reach out and make sure everything's okay, you know? And that's kind of what we do. That's just who we are. It's in our nature to just those dogs are always in the back of our head. And you know, I might be busy with the one in front of me, but then I go home in the evening and I go, you know, let me see how he's doing. Let me see how he's doing. I really like that dog. It was a lot of fun. Let me see if he's okay, you know?
That's peace of mind. That's good.
Yeah.
And your reputation spreads better. You get more and more customers, and it just helps the animals. It helps the world.
Our philosophy too is that there is no one size fits all when it comes to dogs, and especially when it comes to training. A lot of our competitors, I never will speak badly of. However, um, a lot of times when you go to a specific trainer, they're going to apply that same methodology to every single dog that walks in the door. It doesn't matter if you have a 6-month-old Chihuahua or a 7-year-old Mastiff. They know what works for them, and so they're going to apply it to every single dog they see. Our philosophy is backwards. You know, it's different. Um, my 6-month-old Chihuahua might need a much stronger discipline than the 7-year-old Mastiff, right? The 2-year-old Terrier mix might need a little bit gentler of a hand than, you know, a Labrador that comes in. They're all different. They're all unique animals. And finding out what works best for that individual is what we pride ourselves on because there is no one size fits all. It's like saying
A
there's
cookie
one size
cutter
fits all for all of
isn't it?
us. Yeah, exactly. There's no mold that we can stamp on every single dog. They're finding out what makes them get excited, what hurts their feelings a little bit.
What experience have they had? Because they all have different experiences.
Absolutely, absolutely. And different tools work for different dogs, you know? It's not one size fits all for the equipment that we use. My group classes that I teach, because we do private lessons, we do group classes, we do board and trains, we do day training. My group classes on the first night, what I tell everybody is it's my job to help you have the dog that you want. At the end of the day, the dog is going home. He's sleeping on your floors or your bed or your couch. You have to live with him. So it's my job to help you create the dog that you want. It's not my job to create the dog that I want. So how can I help you accomplish your goals? If you want your dog to walk on a harness, fantastic. We're going to get your dog to walk on a harness. If you want to e-collar train your dog, excellent. I have plenty of experience in that. Let's e-collar train your dog. If you want somewhere in between where you're like, not fond of a harness, but I really don't want an e-collar, that's fine too. Like, let's find what works for you and your dog. I'll make suggestions. But at the end of the day, you get to tell me what you want.
That is good to hear. I don't follow it all. I don't understand it all. I don't have the experience, but the caring I understand. That's it. Your heart is into it, and that I understand.
I found I found dogs when I was probably 13 or 14 years old, and it was an instant connection. It was out in California visiting my grandmother. I spent summers out there with her, volunteer at the Del Mar County Fair, and I would spend the entire summer. And she took me to a dog event one time where they were doing sports, they were doing agility. And it was like a moment you see in TV. I watched this dog do agility. I turned to my grandmother and I said, I want to do that for the rest of my life. Nothing like that will be me. And it was just instant. And I went home from that summer and I looked at my mom and I said, I want a dog. She said, absolutely not. We cannot get a dog. And I said, no, no, no. I need a dog. Like, I need a dog. You don't understand. This is my life now. And she goes, you're 13. Like, you'll get out of this. And now here we are.
You are right.
30 years old, and I have probably 5 dogs, depending on the day. They kind of, the number's flexible. And, you know,
But you knew. That's beautiful that you knew.
The moment where I'm just like, there's no.
I've heard of those stories. Even in a spouse, they looked across the room and said, "That's my wife." I just don't know it yet. I don't know.
Yeah.
And like I've heard those experiences. I never experienced it myself, but I know they exist.
Yeah.
That happened with my dog. I mean, I think I've told her this story before. And I've never had a dog in my entire life. I knew nothing about dogs. Like, you couldn't even, I couldn't tell you the breeds, I couldn't tell you anything to do with dogs. And I was about 2.5 years ago, I was in a parking lot going into Michael's, and there was an SPCA truck there. And never thought about having a dog in my entire life. And then there's Harley on a leash in front of the SPCA truck with her foster, Michelle. And I swear to you, I've never been in love with like a person, but I fell in love with a dog, and it was love at first sight. And Michelle like looked at me and she goes, "You're the first person she has not barked at today. She's barking at everyone." And she goes, "I'm not even saying this to upsell this to you. I think you are meant to be." And I walked up, and my impulsivity side was like, well, I guess we're doing this.
That is awesome.
And I signed the paper, and I'm like literally shaking because I have no idea what to do with dogs. Like, I'm like, what am I doing? And I was like, I have to go back to work, but I'll be here at 7:00. And I got out of work at 6:55. I was 15 minutes away from the SPCA parking lot. I broke every Dallas traffic law. And this is not a good idea. Don't do that at home, kids. But I drove so fast to get there, and I saw her sitting there, and I looked at the PetSmart, and I was like, well, I have to get you things. And she wouldn't walk into the PetSmart because she had come from a very abusive household. And she was with an abusive backyard breeder, and they had seized her. And so she did not want to walk into this PetSmart. And I picked up my 45-pound dog and I set her in the car. I pushed it around. I was just like putting things, like just grabbing, like, I think I need this, this, and this. She's like covered her beds over top of her. I have no idea what I'm doing. She's staring at me like, you're supposed to be my leader. And so I'm pushing her. I get to the front of PetSmart. The lady can tell. She's like, oh, this is a newbie. She'll buy anything. She could have said, like, you need this. And I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
And then she said, it's $500. And everyone who has pets looks at me and goes, you should it's my $500. But I didn't know. It's like having an infant. You have no idea. Like, there's no book to tell you what to do. And so I paid the $500. I put everything in my car. And I think the ironic thing is like half of what I bought, she never even touched. But you don't know what. Like,
well, the one thing you did know is you don't know how to figure it out, but we're going to do it together.
Exactly.
You're going to figure it out together.
That's what we did. And, you know, the first night she did run away from me. I think she thought, I'm not sure I'm going to stay with this crazy lady. She bolted out my door. I like cried all night. I got a call at 6 a.m. from a Dallas officer, and he said, "Ma'am, you want to come pick up your dog?" I said, "Yes, sir, I'll be right there." I picked her up, and then I looked at Harley, and she almost looked at me like, "Oh, Schneike, she's back." And then from there on out, like, I love dogs. That's why I'm the sales and marketing manager for them. And I will never know half the information she knows. But you know, homes. So.
I keep hoping that there's a car that I get that feeling when I'm just kidding. Because it's never happened. I mean, man. Well, what a fantastic stories. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
For sharing that. And the grand opening is October.
October 26th at 9 a.m. And that's for Paws Plus Veterinary. 2111 Crystal Woods Drive in Lakeland. That'll be our grand opening for the not-for-profit vet clinic. But you can come visit Hund Haus at any time. Again, that's 3210 Reynolds Road. And you can find us all on Google as well.
What is your guys' website address?
So it's dashundhaus.org.
Can you
I can
spell that?
Yes. So I always say it's D as in dog, right? We're gonna start off strong. D as in dog, A as in apple, S as in Sam, DAS, German. And then H as in horse, U as in umbrella, N as in Nancy, D as in dog, which is hound. And then Haus. So H as in horse, A as in apple, U as in umbrella, S as in Sam, Haus.org.
.org. And do you guys have a main phone number?
Yep, it's 863-289-8631.
Well, fantastic. And I hope to meet Miss Jill.
Yes, she'll be
one
there.
day.
She'll
Yeah.
be there at the opening.
That is fantastic. And hear some of her stories. I'd like
Oh.
to get her some of hers.
She would take up multiple of your podcasts. She's got stories for days.
Well, I appreciate you guys' time. You guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.